Okay, I've thought about this, and this is probably such a recurring topic that it might be a good topic for a vlog. So the question is, how can somebody who is involved in the fairly lower level of a company's organization capable of making a strategic contribution? And I think this is a very, very important question to answer. And here at Bukit Vista, a few months ago, what we've been able to do is to align the entire company from CEO down to hopefully eventually a housekeeper to fit strategically into our long-term goals and long-term missions. So the challenge is, of course, navigating through, I think, a culturally counterintuitive context. And what do I mean by that? So the intuition here that we face in Bali is that strategic decisions are made from top down, right? So essentially somebody at the very top of the hierarchy in the organization makes decisions, and then people at, let's say, the lower end of the hierarchy, they are just simply responsible for executing these decisions. But I think if you want to actually drive a very data-driven, high-speed, innovative company, you cannot abide by that principle or that logic. And here's what's missing. So any company that's going to innovate and develop really creative tools, products, services that are bleeding edge, leading edge, are going to have to be able to absorb critical feedback from the people at the front lines. So what that means is that anybody, let's say a bartender here at this bar, or even a housekeeper that discovers something, could contribute a incredibly valuable piece of strategic content that can change the direction of a product or service. So then the question starts becoming, how do you actually encourage that type of behavior to happen rather than, underreporting things? And one of the ideas that we've taken a look at is, well, make everyone a contributor to strategic milestones. Make everyone a potential, let's say, lottery ticket holder. So instead of believing in the false premise that there's nothing a person who's a lowly housekeeper or bartender can do to affect strategy, give them the opportunity to report, give them the opportunity to escalate a condition or insight that they see, that they've processed, and let it go all the way up to the top. And I think also challenge and also offer, let's say, senior level positions to people who can do that. You'll find oftentimes that because there's such a large edge of people who are working in direct contact with actual users, there must be some in that population that are suitable for eventual leadership roles because they can see things differently. And that's vision. That's, I think, a particular attribute that you want to encourage as an organization. So to make this point a bit more driven home, I believe as, let's say, the leader of a company, that anybody can make a strategic contribution. And it's up to, I guess, everybody who works at Bukit Vista to also believe that too and act like it. And so we're willing to pay, we're willing to reward, we're willing to bonus for that attribute as long as people are essentially moving these information such that in strategic planning meetings we can see it. And if somebody doesn't, then that's okay too. They can continue, I think, on their regular, normal jobs, but they're not really moving the wheel on how to actually bring the company forward in terms of innovation. So that, of course, gets a lesser reward. All right, so hopefully this is a practical insight from running a company every day that somebody will find useful.